Good evening, Americans. Welcome to The Ed Show.
One of the things that I think is most valuable about sports is that you can play a great game and still not win. And I'm proud that I was able to come in and help make that case in person. I believe it's always a worthwhile endeavor to promote and boost the United States of America and invite the world to come see what we're all about.
That is our president showing his usual class and graciousness after the United States lost the 2016 Olympic Games. That is the mark of leadership, taking the losses with the wins, sticking your neck out for something you really believe in, something that's the right thing to do, even if you're getting heckled from the cheap seats. Now, folks, I am not going to sugarcoat this tonight. This is a dark day for our country, a low point for America. You can hang it right on the right-wing talkers and, yes, the Republican Party. Their negativity and lack of patriotism underscores just how damaged this country has become over the last 8 years. This attack on President Obama trying to get the Olympics is about the most un-American thing I think I've ever seen. The righties, led by the drugster, are savoring the moment that the United States lost today.
The world has rejected Obama. Chicago, the least number of votes. First elimination in the round of voting for the Olympics in 2016. Barack Hussein Obama. Barack Hussein Obama has been running around the world for 9 months telling everybody how much our country sucks. Why would anybody award the Olympics to such a crappy place as the United States of America?
Where Rush goes, the Republican Party follows. Newt Gingrich tweeted today, President Obama fails to get the Olympics while unemployment goes to 9.8. Iran continues nuclear program. America needs focused leadership. RNC Chair Michael Steele, he had to jump into it, too, with a statement. Our country needs the president's undivided attention on urgent issues facing American families today. Rising unemployment, soaring health care costs, winning the war in Afghanistan, and dealing with Iran's nuclear threat. Get a load of this. Michael Steele telling President Obama to focus on health care costs. The hypocrisy here is absolutely mind-boggling. Now, the same crowd that says they support the troops didn't support the United States getting the Olympics. They only support the troops when it's good for them. They only support America when it's good for them. They only support America when it's good for their political agenda. What the Republicans did, I think, rivals Jane Fonda sitting on a gun in North Vietnam. This was a great chance to revitalize an economy that definitely is dragging. The irony is that the party that claims to be for the free market, capitalism and competition, the party that just loves to get out there and go one-on-one, did absolutely nothing to compete for this. Their negativity in the 11th hour just cost this country billions of dollars in economic development and hundreds of thousands of jobs. And I might add, union jobs that are greatly needed. The Olympics, they have always been good for the economy. When we've hosted them before on American soil. In 1996, Atlanta had tremendous redevelopment and revitalization. The Olympic Park is still being used by Georgia Tech. This is not a failure of President Obama. This is a failure of the Republican Party, the right-wing talkers in this country that openly campaigned against the Olympics by denigrating our president again. It's their stated goal to see Barack Obama fail. Well, congratulations, boys. You did a heck of a job. Just remember, when Obama fails, America fails. And one thing that really bothers me about all of this is the youth of this country. What message does it send to young people when you've got one political party rooting against America getting something like the Olympics? What message does it send to young people? Think about all the young people in the region around Chicago that would have been able to go to the Olympics and maybe been inspired to compete. Well, that won't help at all now that, of course, now that they're going to have to get some cheap airfare to Rio de Janeiro. Get your cell phone out, folks. I want to know what you think about this one. Who's happier about losing the Olympics? Rio or the Republicans? Text A for Rio, B for Republicans to 622-639. We're bringing the results later on in the show. It's the demeanor of the righties that is so disheartening. Joining me now live from Chicago is Congresswoman Jan Schakowsky. Congresswoman, your response to some of the Republicans that are out there just ripping into the president, calling him a failure, and also basically their campaign against Chicago. What's your mood at this hour, Congresswoman?
Well, imagine had the president not gone to Copenhagen. Then, of course, they would have blamed him for not working hard enough for getting the Olympics. There was no way for him to win. And I'm just proud of the President of the United States, Michelle Obama, the mayor of Chicago, the people of Chicago, who worked so hard and so long. And, of course, I'm disappointed. But, you know, the president, again, was a class act. When he congratulated Rio de Janeiro, South America has never gotten the games before. We were
but Congresswoman, what about the political reaction? What about the Republicans actually campaigning against the United States and down-talking Chicago? How do you feel about that?
Well, you know, first of all, I feel really bummed today. You know, when we were standing out on the plaza with hundreds and hundreds of happy Chicagoans hoping to hear the good news, it was so incredibly disappointing and really deflating for all of us, because we know that Chicago is the greatest city in the world and would have been a great host for the Olympics. But
what went wrong in your opinion? What went wrong?
You know,
what
I don't think anything
No.
went wrong with our effort and our bid. I really, frankly, think that it was mainly that they decided that South America, that Brazil, a rising country, not at the place where Chicago is now, could benefit very much from the Olympics. But you're right. The Republicans are just naysayers. Whatever this president does,
at everything,
and how dare Rush Limbaugh? How dare he say that this president goes around talking about how bad our country is? He has finally been able to establish us as real participants in the world community. And if anything would have stopped us from getting it, it's the last 8 years where we have
finally,
turned
what
off
about
the rest of the world.
And finally, Congresswoman Schakowsky, is this part of a political hangover that maybe America just isn't as popular as it used to be with all the things that took place the last 8 years? What do you think?
You know, it may be that, but I really do think that it was more a choice for giving Latin America a chance, giving Rio a chance. I really feel that Chicago benefited just from being in the competition and having the light shone on our great city. So I don't think it really was so much a put down of Barack Obama, the United States of America. I really don't think so.
Congresswoman Jan Schakowsky, thanks for your time tonight. I appreciate it so much. For more on all of this, let's go to MSNBC contributor Jim Warren, also in Chicago tonight. Jim, what's the inside story here? What was the tipping point? Why did Chicago get exited so quickly in this process?
Because I think a group of some of the most sophisticated political practitioners in America, Mayor Richard Daley and some of his top aides and some of his alumni club, which include David Axelrod, Rahm Emanuel, and also President Barack Obama, were absolutely outfoxed politically by a very interesting, curious electorate, median age 72, mostly European, mostly male, mostly white, only 13, 14 females. I can tell you that after a series of exchanges in the last hour with top officials of the U.S. bid, they were absolutely convinced when they woke up this morning that they had lock-cinch 35 committed votes. 35 people who told them, we're going to vote for you in the first round. They ended up getting a mere 18. As they now deconstruct, or think they're deconstructing what happened, they believe they were totally fooled, ironically, by much of the African vote, which they believe had been actually committed to them, and most of which now seems, on the first round at least, to have gone to Tokyo. Why Tokyo? Well, in the theory of what happened that the Chicagoans now possess as they fly back here, they believe that they were snookered by the head of the International Olympic Committee, Mr. Rogi, Party, who from the beginning wanted to have the Olympics for the first time in South America, and who then convinced the Africans on the first ballot to vote for Tokyo, because in his mind it